Good evening and welcome to one and all. Again, today we are here with for the second day of our this webinar series on various topics that are of interest for all the members. And for this, at first, I would like to thank again the managing committee members of all the three branches, Akola branch, Ahmednagar branch, and Jalgaon branch, who have joined together, come together to have a session on this topic. Definitely, we are going to benefit. All the members are going to benefit. Thank you, all the committee members of all the three branches. Today, एक सेशन हम ऐसा ले रहे हैं जो हम में से बहुत सारे लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व है. That is futures and options. Risk है या opportunity. So it's a risk or an opportunity. And for this today, we have with us CA Nikhilesh Soman sir. Nikhilesh Soman sir, he is from Mumbai, one of the experienced persons in this field, practicing since last 20 years. एक बहुत अच्छी बात है इनके इस पे जो आप सबके साथ शेयर करना चाहूंगा. जैसे इनको ये बात हमने बताई है एंड बेसिकली संदीप भाई देसरडा चेयरमैन ऑफ अहमदनगर ब्रांच, उन्होंने जब इनसे शेयर किया फॉर दिस सेशन, सर सेड यस इन हिज शेड्यूल because he is already having some sessions on this same topic, one of which is his Pune branch, जहां पे उनका ये सेशन अभी सैटरडे को भी है. And we also thank in the absentia Pune branch chairman Sami Ladda sir, who shared us with his number, and yes, we could have a very good session today on this topic. अब फ्यूचर्स एंड ऑप्शंस अगर आप देखेंगे, हम सभी लोग कोई ना कोई किसी ना किसी के अकाउंट में ट्रांजैक्शंस कर रहे हैं, बट हाउ मच इट इज बेनिफिशियल, व्हाट पॉइंट्स वन शुड टेक केयर ऑफ, वेदर इट बिकम्स अ रिस्क और एन अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, ये ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी बात है. टैक्सेशन के एंगल से कौन से मुद्दे ध्यान रखना है. कई बार हम में से बहुत सारे लोग टिप्स के बेसिस पे काम करते हैं, बट वेदर दैट इज राइट और रॉन्ग, व्हाट इज अबाउट द फंडामेंटल्स पार्ट, बहुत सारे मुद्दे ऐसे सवाल आएंगे जो शायद आज हम इसका जवाब मिल पाएंगे. और इसके लिए मैं वेलकम करता हूं सीए निखिलेश सोमन सर का यहाँ पे फ्रॉम ऑल द थ्री ब्रांचेस फॉर दिस सेशन, अकोला ब्रांच, अहमदनगर ब्रांच एंड जलगांव ब्रांच. वेलकम यू सर फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन. I also welcome all the members who have joined over here for this session. Definitely you are going to benefit for this part. Before moving ahead, I would first request all the members that no one is required to post any name and the membership number into the chat box. आप please membership के लिए या link एक share कर देंगे Google form की, आप वो register कर दीजिएगा. ये ध्यान दीजिए कि आपका registration हो चुका है, and definitely will get all the details. So let's move ahead with the next part of this session. I will ask Chairman of the Ahmednagar branch, CA Sandeep Bhai Desarda, to introduce before us CA Nikhilesh Soman sir, speaker for the day. Sandeep Bhai.
Thank you, Kiyur Bhai. At the outset, I'm very much thankful to CA Nikhilesh Soman sir for accepting our request for this wonderful webinar, that is futures and options, risk or opportunity. Before I give the formal introduction, let me inform to all Ahmednagar branch members that tomorrow also we arrange one live webinar, live seminar, not webinar, at Ahmednagar ICAI Bhavan at 5:30 to 7:30, and which is on what is a blockchain and cryptocurrency risk or opportunity. So ये कल अहमदनगर ब्रांच में लाइव प्रोग्राम होने जा रहा है, and for this fees is nil. I request all the Ahmednagar members, even the other members can also participate for this webinar. And now I request CA Prashant Agarwal, Chairman Jalgaon branch, to formally introduce our today's speaker, CA Nikhilesh Soman. Over to you, Prashant.
Thank you, Sandeep bhai. It's my pleasure to introduce CA Nikhilesh Soman sir. And first of all, I'm very sorry that due to some technical reason, I have joined late. CA Nikhilesh Soman sir has passed his CA in the year 2001. He is in practice since 2001 to till September 2015. He done various audits of bank, cooperative credit society, private limited companies. He was a visiting faculty in SK Somaiya for 3 years and in Vaze College till 2011 for BCAF and BBI. He is conducting various workshops for freshers and F&O, freshers on F&O and for others. Develop unique method, follow the level for traders. He is popular stock market expert of Jai Maharashtra channel. Done various shows of Bhasha Paishachi, a panel expert for Z24, Jeet 24 Tas and TV9 and Lokshahi done various shows on the budget day, represented WIRC in various cricket tournaments. Members of subcommittee of WIRC called Capital Market and Investor Protection for 2013 to 16 and 2020-21. Also, he also written various articles on stock market in various magazines, newsletters, newspapers, and on web portals. He is speaker on investor physiology and investor awareness and fundamental and technical analysis at various branches of WIRC and various CP study circle and branches at Pune, Satara, Sangli, Dhule, Jalgaon, Nagpur, Kolhapur, Ratnagiri, Vasai, Kalyan, Dombivli, and Thane. He also delivered lectures at Investor Association, Kolhapur. So this is a very, he visited, if I speak about the hobbies of CA Nikhilesh Soman sir, he is playing tabla, dholki, singing, and he is also a good singer, and also he is playing the cricket. So other than this all curriculum, he is having beautiful hobbies like tabla and singing. So it's my I'm very grateful to my two colleague chairmen that he has given me opportunity to introduce CA Nikhilesh Soman sir. So thank you very much, sir. Over to you, Sandeep ji.
So before Nikhilesh sir starts, would like to share with all the members that sir has visited Jalgaon more than 200 times. And sir is for every Thursday, sir is also a Sevadari at the temple, Datta temple at Thane. So every Thursday he gives a seva, what we can say as a volunteering on every Thursday. So sir, बहुत अच्छी बात है, and definitely let's start with the session, sir.
सर इतना सेवा देते हैं तभी तो इतना अच्छा मार्केट में भी काम करते हैं. Over to you, Nikhilesh sir.
Okay, sir. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Sandeep ji. Thank you, Keyur ji, and thank you, Jalgaon branch chairman Agarwal ji, Prashant. Ajay, should I start?
Yes, sir. Just unmute yourself.
Okay, thanks. Great. So I think I have time up to 7 o'clock, 7:15 maximum.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, first of all, let me thank all the branches for giving me opportunity to share my knowledge. And second thing, outsidely, now everybody knows that after Corona, I think behind every 3 persons, 1 person is now engaged in activities of stock market, maybe the say equity markets or maybe the FNO markets. Okay, and I think chartered accountants are also not the exceptions. So before going ahead, as we know very well, we all are chartered accountants, we all are learned people, but stock market is such a thing where learned people also sometimes get failure. Today we will discuss the reasons why we get failure, and also I will tell you some what we can say. I can show you some way how to trade in F&O, what precautions you can take, so that may help you to earn some good money in stock market. But be careful. Do not ask me any tips. Sir, कौन कौन सा lot लेना है and which option you need to take or you need to write, because as per SEBI guidelines, we are not supposed to speak about the stocks in general platform or in a social platform or maybe on the dais. So I always keep a distance between a tip and advice. So if any general questions or query, you can ask me after the session. I'll definitely try to give you answer in the best of my capacity and knowledge. But as I said earlier, I'm not going to give you any tips, because most of the time, last 10 or 12 years, when I'm visiting various branches, when there was a physical seminar, everybody used to come to me and say, sir, मैंने ये position लिया, इसका क्या लगता है, क्या होगा? So I always say कि sir, लेने समय जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा. So you just continue with your positions, but I cannot give my advice or opinion in between. And so let's move ahead. It's a very interesting F&O. So just I'll share my PPT with you. Just let me know if it is visible, then we can move ahead. I think it's visible now.
Yes. Perfectly visible.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay, thanks. So the topic given to me is F&O, risk or opportunity. I know many of the chartered accountants here or maybe their clients are trading in F&O. It's nice to trade in F&O, no doubt about it. But the problem is, before commencement of this seminar, actually, I was just discussing with few people that I told them that the percentage of people who get success in stock market, whether you are in equity or whether you are in F&O, is 98%. 98% is a failure percentage. So only 2% of the people get success. So in the last 15 to 16 years, while sitting on a screen, I observed many people that they always come with what we can say with good money, and then they left market with a great experience. Okay. So the question is, if you come with an experience, then you will leave market with a good money. But unfortunately, people come with good money and then they left with the experiences. So let's go ahead. What is F&O, we'll see. First of all, disclaimer as usual, I always give that I am not an insurance agent, I am not a broker, sub-broker, remiser, I am not a mutual fund distributor, I am not selling any product, okay, for any NBFCs and all. So any views expressed here in the next 1.5 hours or maybe 2 hours will be totally my own and personal in nature. So you are requested to take proper advice from your financial advisor or maybe CA. Your CA means, as I said, I am not in practice since last few years. So my own individual return is also filed by my ex-partner. Okay, so I'm totally away from the practice. So even if you ask me which number of form you need to file, then I will tell you, रुको भाई, मुझे मेरे CA से बात करना पड़ेगा. So totally I am away from the practice. But since anyway, you need to also consult your financial advisor before going into any activities of F&O or maybe any investment activities as far as equity markets are concerned. So this disclaimer is very, very essential. Now, everybody knows this is a BSc building, and see the emotions of the people who come to the markets. They are always great while entering into the markets, and they are always bad when they leave the markets. Now, few truths I will discuss with you. I will tell you, maybe you must be knowing earlier also, but this is the truth actually. If you trade in markets, trading is the hardest way to make easy money, because many times people think कि market में बहुत पैसा है, पैसा बनाना बहुत easy है, like you just start a channel, any business channel, and you will get some tips, or maybe you will get some tips from some Telegram channel or maybe some outside advisors, and you will find that you are making good money. But let me tell you, trading is not so easy. Since last 15 years, I have an experience of trading in equity markets as well as F&O markets. So I found myself sometimes also in trouble. Okay. So trading is really not so easy. If you feel trading is easy, then there is a problem in your thought process. Okay. So trading is the hardest way to make easy money, because easy money, as you know very well, being a chartered accountant, you always have a hard days. Now in December also, I know that there are some problems of portals. People are not able to file their returns in time. So always a pressure here, pressure, then GST and all these things. So the 365 days, a chartered accountant nowadays is always in the pressure. So very hard life of a CS. And still, if you want to make a easy money by way of trading in market, so believe me, it is not so easy. Okay, so this is the truth. So always be careful. Don't come in the expectation that you will enter into the market being a chartered accountant, you will make easy money. It is not so. Now this one is a reality actually. So first one was a truth. Now this one is a reality. Many a times some chartered accountants or maybe the normal people who trades in market, they feel that once they learn technical analysis, everything will be easy. Okay, they can easily make money. Now, let me tell you very honestly, I learned technical analysis in 2006. Okay, so almost 15 years back. And after that also, I have attended many seminars of many people. I always wanted to know कि कुछ नया आ रहा है क्या market में, what is going on actually in technical analysis, any developments. But still, I found that all the chart patterns which I learned in 2006, they are still as it is. There is no change in technical analysis. Okay, but unfortunately, people think technical analysis is an advanced course. So if you do some advanced course, you will start making money. Now again, let me tell you frankly, if you start teaching technical analysis, it will be a great, okay, you will make huge amount of money. In Mumbai, Thane, where I stay, the charges are very, very much, like 20,000, 25,000 per student per day for a technical classes. Okay. So teaching technical analysis is very good job, very easy job actually. And really it makes money also for you. But using technical analysis, to be very honestly, for trading, your own trading, sometimes very miserable also. Because what I learned in 2006, I learned in BSc building, authentic place for learning a technical analysis. They always say that technical will work 60% of the time. So there is a probability that 40% of the time you will lose money. Okay, so this is a fact. I don't know how many of you know this, or how many of people who learn technical they have told in their seminars respective. So normally 60% of the time technical goes right, 40% of the time technical may also goes wrong, because the reason is, once you know technical, you find that only you are the person in the world who knows the technical. That is the biggest problem. बिकॉज टेक्निकल एनालिसिस वो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, जैसे कहावत है कि बिल्ली दूध पीती है आग बंद करके, उसको लगता है कोई देख नहीं रहा है मुझे. दैट इज अ टेक्निकल एनालिसिस. एवरीबॉडी थॉट कि इन फ्रंट ऑफ देयर स्क्रीन whatever charts they are watching, and they see a breakout, so that breakout is seen by everybody in the world actually, and sometimes that breakout may become a fake breakout. So this is the picture कि sometimes signals are very authentic, signals are very good, but when you trade actually, okay, in market, the second picture, that is buy are the signals, and sometimes it is totally good buy. Like that last few days we are observing in market how the market is highly volatile. Okay, 100 points nifty movement in very few, say what we can say, minutes, or 500 points bank nifty movement in very few minutes actually. So let me tell you very frankly, very bluntly, that do not depend 100% also on any analysis. All analysis are not 100% right or correct. Okay, let's go ahead. Now this is a picture of F&O trader. You might think if you are also trading, maybe your picture. I am also trading in F&O, maybe my picture. So sometimes when you lose money, or sometimes when you take positions, then this is a mood actually. This is the face of every F&O trader. Now let's move ahead. Few myths actually about the F&O trading. First, let me clear those. Then we'll move ahead. The first myth of every trader is what you know. I know markets. Okay, everybody says I know markets. I am investing in markets for last 20 years. I am a hardcore investor. I am investing in markets for last 30 years. I have seen markets. I am actually a SIP holder for last 30 years. Now this is rubbish actually. This is myth. Okay, investing in SIP for 30 years, or if you are an investor for 30 years, that doesn't mean you know the market. You have only acted once or twice, maybe you have acted only hardly one or twice while buying the stock, or maybe while signing the form of your mutual fund. And then have you seen a live screen ever in your life? Like I asked this question for a few people who always say I know markets. Like without looking at market, how you can say ki I know the markets? See, last 16 years you will surprise to hear I am on front of screen from 9:30. Earlier it was 9:55. Now it is 9:15. So 9:15 to 3:30. And still myself I found sometimes in trouble. So market is what we can say, market darya hai, as rightly said by Mehta in Scam series. Market is darya hai. Okay, it's a mahasagar, it's a ocean. So and we are just a pin in that market. So you don't always assume that you know the markets. You will start assuming that you know the markets, I know how to trade, and see you will start losing money. So first myth you always keep in mind, never think that you know the markets. See, I am in market since last 16 years, still I feel I don't know the markets. I have to learn every day. I have to study every night, like what I want to do next day. I have to study. Okay, so always keep away these things like I know markets, मुझे trading आता है, I know how to trade, I know how to trade in markets, I am a chartered accountant, so I know everything in finance. So these are the myths actually. Okay, once you start trading in F&O, all this will be clear. Second thing, F&O trading is a gambling. Now this is also myth. Why? Because many people they say कि F&O is a gambling. Now see, what is the feature of gambling? Now in gambling, like we know the only one type is 3 patti, or we can say flush 3 patti. Now there, why we call it gambling? Because we don't know which cards we are going to play, or which cards we are going to receive. But in markets, okay, in markets you have choice what to buy, when to buy, what to sell, when to sell. So how can you say if trading is a gambling? See, trading is a gambling for those people who don't know about anything, who just what we can say randomly start any channel, and then they just randomly select any advisor, like whatever favorite they have, and then just follow them blindly. and then lose money. So in that case, you can say it's a gambling, because without knowing any script, without knowing any fundamentals of the script, without studying the script, if you start trading in F&O, it will be highly dangerous. So it is not gambling actually, because you have a choice what to buy, when to buy. So how can you say F&O is a gambling? So it is also a myth. F&O trading is not a gambling. It's a systematic way of making money. If you know, you do it, otherwise you leave it. Okay, equity markets are also good for making money. Third one, I can make huge money in F&O. That is also a myth. Okay, as I said, in hardly last 16 years, I have found very few people in my life who are consistently making money in F&O. Okay, 1 year somebody will make money, second year maybe, I don't know, maybe third year also consecutively. But making money in fourth year, it's really difficult. I have never seen any person who has made continuously money in F&O. So this is also a myth that I can make huge money in F&O. कहाँ से सुन के आते हैं मुझे पता नहीं, but they always say कि I can make money. And as I said, if you say I can make, then forget. You can say I can study and I can become a chartered accountant. That is acceptable nowadays. But I know the markets. I can make huge money in F&O. I can make huge money in markets. It's really a myth, because only 2% people get success. And last but not the least myth is I can time the market. Many people say, when I also ask, यार क्या लग रहा है market? अरे मार्केट का अभी तो ऊपर ही जाएगा, अरे मार्केट ना कल से नीचे जाएगा. आई डोंट नो हाउ दे कम टू नो लाइक मार्केट कल से ऊपर जाएगा, मार्केट कल से नीचे जाएगा. सो आई जस्ट से कि भाई सपना आता है या ब्रह्मदेव पहचान है आपका कोई, लाइक एनी गॉड इज नोन टू यू, ही जस्ट केम, और डू यू हैव एनी संजय, लाइक दृष्टि ऑफ अ संजय? ओके, आग बंद कर दिया और पता चल गया कल क्या होने वाला है. So though maybe your name is a Sanjay, but I don't think you have a vision like a Sanjay. You can't predict what is going to happen tomorrow. And hence, in last 16 years, though I am in markets, I'm a professional trader. Let me again give a disclosure. I'm not an investor. If somebody call me investor, I just laugh at it. Okay, don't call me investor. I just keep any script with me for hardly 1 or 2 months. I treat stock as a girlfriend. Okay, I never marry with the stock. That is my, what we can say, principle in life as far as stock market is concerned. So if you say I can time the market, again, it's a myth. Okay, it is not so easy to time the market. And sometimes I really don't understand. Tomorrow what will happen, we don't know. कहाँ कल खुलेगी निफ्टी, ऊपर जाएगी, नीचे जाएगी, where market will go, we don't know. And how these analysts always say, हाँ अभी तो कल से market ऊपर जाएगा, अभी कल से नीचे. And see, whenever, just cross check yourself. Whenever you will find something on a television channel that now market has taken a support, next day you will find market has gone deep. And whenever they will say that now market is at resistance, now this is a good time to short, you will find market is going up. Okay, so always be careful. And it is not so difficult also, I can say, to time the market. You have to just follow very simple rules. I'll tell you later. But if you follow that, then at least my sense is your losses will be minimum. See, in F&O, nobody can say कि I will always make money. You have to book losses also. But if your loss is minimum, that is also what as good as profit you are doing. Okay, making a less loss is also a profit in F&O trading. Let me tell you very honestly. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now, future trading. Let's go first of all. F&O first is a future, and later on we will discuss about the options also. Now, everybody know future can be done in what we can say a bundle, that is called lot. Okay. Two types of futures, that is the index future and stock futures. It is available to trade nowadays. We have currency futures, interest rate futures also, commodity futures are also available. So these are the different markets. If you are trading in currency, if you are trading in like commodity also, so everywhere you will find those futures. Second, need to pay margin as a percentage of contract value. Now, what is the contract value? If somebody don't know what is a contract value means, suppose I want to buy a Nifty. I want to buy an index. So what is a Nifty? Maybe I don't know what is the closing today, because I was out of screen today due to some unfortunate event. But suppose say 17,300 is a Nifty, for example, or maybe 17,250 is a Nifty, and there's a lot size is 50. So what is the value? The value may be 8,50,000 approximately, or 9 lakhs. So that is the total contract value of one Nifty lot. You need to pay some margin, approximately 10 to 15%, sometimes 20%. So for one Nifty lot, you need to pay a margin of say 1,50,000 to 1,65,000. It changes every day. Sometimes 1,80,000 changes as per the what we can say the margin amount. So the basic concept in F&O is it's a leverage trade. Okay, it's a leverage trade. So you hardly pay some margin and you take a position. Okay, so this is a concept of future trading, that don't pay the entire contract value, just pay some margin and ride on the trade and then earn money. So that is a ultimate what we can say. Few brokers are also insist people, साहब इस पे खर्चा बहुत कम है, ज्यादा पैसा लगता नहीं है, you can start trading. So again, this is a what we can say mis-selling. You should always make people aware what is the future, and then you can ask them to trade in future. Normally, I say everybody, I say to everybody whenever people meet me, want to spoil your future, then trade in future. Okay, इसमें सब आ गया, whatever thing I want to say. If you want to spoil your future, then you trade in future. So in short, I always say to people कि future में trade करना हो तो you have to be very very cautious, you have to be very very disciplined. Otherwise, don't trade. It's a highly dangerous. Okay, highly inflammable. So that can take away your money within a fraction. Second thing, contract expiry, as you know very well, it's a contract expiry is every Thursday for index. Like tomorrow also there is a weekly expiry for Nifty, Bank Nifty, nowadays Finance Nifty. And last Thursday of every month is basically the stock expiry or a stock future expiry. So for stock future, you get 1 month. Okay. And for index, there is a weekly expiry also. No doubt you can have a monthly position also, but every week there is an expiry. So you can have weekly positions also. Okay. In futures for index. Then the simple way of calculation is daily mark to mark. Okay, profit and loss is adjusted in ledger. As you know very well, when you buy any equity stock that comes to your demat account, you pay the money. Okay, if any debit is there, you just cleared it out. And later on, if you sell, then T+2. On the third day, you will get the money in your demat account automatically. But as far as F&O is concerned, daily mark-to-mark adjustments takes place. So if there is any profit, that will get credited to your ledger. If there is any debit, like if there is any loss, that will be debited to your ledger. And normally, which futures are available for a trade? Normal current month, that is say for example, we are in December, so December future is available. And then next 2 months, that is a January and February. Okay, so these two futures are also available for trading. So this is what we can say a whole picture of future trading, just for those actually who don't know future trading at all. तो उनके लिए थोड़ा बोल दिया कि what is the future trading is all about and how people trade in futures. Now this is a picture of a future trader. Earlier you saw a picture of a trader who lost the money, but usually we start like this. Okay, कभी कभी लगता है कि अपुनिच भगवान है. So this is what we can say the starting point of every F&O trader. So at 9:15 he always starts with the great amount of confidence. Okay, that yes, I'll going to make the money. So कभी कभी तो लगता है अपुनिच भगवान है, I know everything, I can time the market, I can make the money. But the market is really have a different role in their mind. Actually, market always play a different role. So later on, when time passes, say at 2 o'clock, what will happen to the trader? Okay, still he's fighting with the market. Okay, still he's in loss, but he's fighting with the market. और जब तक ये खेल खत्म नहीं होगा, अपन इधर ही है. So that is the ultimate hope. Actually, he's carrying all the time. That at 2 o'clock maybe he's in loss of say 10, 20, 50,000, whatever it may be. But he says ki, yes, there is a hope. I can make money still because this is the market. So at 2 o'clock his like face is like this. Like जब तक खत्म नहीं होता हम लोग इधर ही है. Okay. And later on, at 3:15, when their positions get cut down, okay, but due to leverage, नहीं बचेगा अब में, इधर ही मर जाएगा. So the people who started at 9:15 with a great amount of confidence, they end up like this. Okay, नहीं बचेगा मैं इधर ही मर जाएगा. So this is a reality of the F&O trading between 9:15 to 3:30. So you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very cautious in the beginning also, as well as maybe you are an experienced trader. But always these three pictures you keep remember. Okay, so never start with a great amount of confidence because that can easily, what we can say, pass away while in the any what we can say any movement, and you may easily get trapped also at the wrong end of the market. So at 3:15. If you are taking a leverage position, then as you know very well, the positions get squared off all over the India. That the timing is 3:13 to 3:15. So at 3:15, you get totally lost. Whatever losses they have totally booked. and your margin is almost vanish. Okay, so always keep these three pictures in mind. So this is what we can say halat of every F&O trader every day. I have seen many times. Now come to the risk part. Now, what is the risk in F&O? Let's talk about risk first. Yes, it's a leverage. As I said, if you take, see, people normally what, as I said, they want to become rich very early. The people who enter into stock market, because nowadays, you know, thanks to media, thanks to various business channels, and thanks to our Marathi channels also, because they have sponsor programs every day at 12:30 on every channel, and people come and they give such a examples. एक बाई माझ्याकडे आली आणि ती रडत होती, तिच्या मुलाकडे फी भरायला पैसे नव्हते आणि मी तिला सांगितलं तू F&O ट्रेडिंग चालू कर, आणि काय सांगू, एका महिन्यामध्ये तिने तिच्या मुलाची फी भरून टाकली. सो सच काइंड ऑफ एक्झाम्पल्स आर गिवन ऑन अ टेलिव्हिजन. आय डोंट नो हाऊ दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ programs are allowed on television, but since it's a media, so we can't go against the media. But can you imagine whether it is a possibility that any lady is coming, then she is crying, I don't have money, then you can advise, okay, start F&O. See, there is no way to earn money, only F&O is the way. So I laughed at those people who only say ki to earn money you just trade in F&O. Okay, there are multiple ways you can earn money in life without trading also, but this is a reality. Unfortunately, people nowadays, they give such a advice to people which is absolutely wrong, that you just start F&O trading and you will become a rich very soon. And just believe me, I'll give you some tips, and you just work on my tips, and you'll get a huge amount of money. See, my experience tells me of last 16 years, you will never get a success on a tip. You will never get a success, believe me. Okay, आज तक मैंने 16 साल में ऐसा कोई बंदा देखा नहीं है बॉम्बे में कि whose tips are always 100% accurate, because this is a market. If you will say कि I am accurate, market will show you who you are actually next day. So never follow anybody's tips, not any media tips, not any articles in newspaper. You try to analyze yourself, what is the market position, what is the market happening, what is the sectorial, what we can say, changes taking place, what will happen to the stock. You try to analyze. See, being a chartered accountant, we are financial experts, we are experts, we know everything about the finance. We every time people say fundamental analysis, read the balance sheet, I just again laugh. बैलेंस शीट पढ़ने को बोल रहे हैं सीए को. We are the people who make the balance sheets. But still they say कि balance sheets पढ़ो. Okay, I can say balance sheets पढ़ो, but we know how the balance sheets are prepared, तो उसमें पढ़ना क्या है? Okay, so that's why you always do your own analysis. I always whenever I speak in front of many people in Marathi व्याख्यान also I say कि तूच आहेस तुझ्या जीवनाचा शिल्पकार. This is a Sadhguru Vamanrao Pai's thought. I just twist it. I say तूच आहेस तुझ्या गुंतवणुकीचा शिल्पकार, तूच आहेस तुझ्या ट्रेडिंगचा शिल्पकार. Okay, so you have to work yourself. In Marathi also there is a phrase, स्वतः मेल्याशिवाय स्वर्ग दिसत नाही. Okay, so you have to work hard for your own money. Nobody will going to help you, no advisor, no tipper, nothing. See, first 2-3 times you may make money, or maybe you are lucky enough, अगर आपका क्या बोलते हैं ना, वो गुरु वगैरह सब शुक्र सब अच्छा चल रहा है. Okay, somebody believe in astrology also, then maybe 10 times you can make money. But believe me, एक ट्रेड ऐसा आएगा मार्केट में, only one trade will come and that will take out your entire profits you have earned till date. Okay, that is F&O trading. So because why? It's a leverage. First of all, what is leverage basically means? You just pay 10-20%, you take what we can say, you take stock, you take lots worth what 100%. So just by paying 20%, you are carrying a risk of 100%. So that is the ultimate. Actually, sometimes you can say ki, okay, leverage is a good, but for whom? But if you are a professional trader, if you are quite successful in your trading for last many years, see, I always say to people, don't judge anybody on the sake of say 1 tip or 2 tips or 3 tips. Ask him to give for 6 months. Okay, analyze in those 6 months how many times he was right or maybe he was wrong, and then decide whether to go with him or not. Okay, don't just blindly follow anybody कि यार उसने एक बोल दिया और अच्छा चल गया, next time पूरा पैसा लेके जाएगा. That is what happening in ultimate markets. So never trust anybody, never trust anybody. हाँ, वो इंदौर से होने दो, कलकत्ता से होने दो, बॉम्बे से होने दो. Okay, बॉम्बे से भी होने दो, no problem. but ultimately you have to search yourself. You have to find out. See, all data is available on NSE website. I always speak in front of people. I say you just use the data on NSE website. That is the only authentic website we have. I don't trust Money Control. I don't trust any other site. Okay, all these are manipulated. All these are managed. That is my own, again, opinion. As I said earlier in my disclaimer, that is my own personal view. But I feel you can go for NSC data, which is available on NSC India website. That you can study always. That will help you. So leverage, that is why there is a risk. You are just paying 10-20%, and then the market falls. Say it falls for say 4-5 days consecutively. Then there will be a margin call, and you have to pay the money, and you will totally lose. So leverage is one of the reason why people lose money in F&O trading. So that is a greater risk you are carrying. You are taking a leverage position. Second, market volatility. Yes, that is always a risk. That risk is always there. It is an inherent risk. Okay, in equity markets as well as F&O. Like if you buy a stock, always there will be a risk that stock also can fall down. Okay, कौन सा भी होने दो, A group का होने दो. Maybe it's a HDFC, maybe it's a State Bank, maybe it's a L&T, maybe it's a Reliance, whatever it may be. Again, it is safe to assume that I do not have positions in those stocks, whatever I speak. Okay, but normally these are what we can say blue chips. Lot of years people are trusting them, and they are really good stocks for investment purpose. But for F&O trading, these stocks also can play a blunder sometimes. So market volatility is a biggest risk if you trade in F&O. Sometimes it happens, market opens a huge gap up, and people say कि अभी तो और ये बढ़ेगा, अब तो और ये बढ़ेगा, because maybe a short covering will come, and after some time a drastic fall comes within a few minutes. That again you don't know why that was a. Then people start asking their brokers, अरे इतना क्यों गिरा? अरे आज क्या हो गया, इतना मार्केट क्यों गिरा? कल तो अच्छा था, ये सब अच्छा था. Now our inflation is also low, and then you will start searching for the reasons. Okay, you will always start searching the reasons for your failure. Ki why I failed, because there was some big selling. FIs are selling. Now let me tell you, last 2 months FIs are selling. Okay, still market went up, again market went down. So FIs selling is maybe the one day criteria, or maybe, but continuously FIs are selling. So what it indicates? So market is slowly coming down. Okay, because till the FIs will start buying, I don't personally believe also that market will get a stability. So you will always find this 500 points ups and down movement in the market, and still FIs are sellers. So you have to always you have to always look for a data, what happening in market, who is buying, who is selling. But I know for last 2-3 years, Indian mutual fund industry is also having so many clients, and so many SIPs are coming. So now they are all domestic institutions are also playing a big role, unlike earlier, and they are also trying to what we can say stabilize the market. But FI have a very big power actually. If they decide, then market is what we can say following their direction, because they are the biggest, largest investors. Forget about the mutual funds. Second, news affecting underlying assets. Sometimes the news comes, there is a search and seizure in so and so company. For pharma company, there is a what we can say some US Fed activity, or we can say some notice is issued. Okay, so you will always find. Then there was some news for some NBFCs yesterday. RBI is coming with new guidelines, and all these news always you will find that all NBFCs are falling since last 2 days. So why? Because the news. Okay. So maybe a Shriram Transport Finance, or maybe the L&T Housing Finance, you will find all stocks, maybe the Chola Finance, all stocks are falling. Why? Because that news, nobody knows what will going to happen if those restrictions will be placed on those companies. So hence fear, so people are selling. So this is also a risk. If you have bought some stock out of it in anticipation that it may go up, unfortunately what happened, the stocks are fallen by 5 to 10%. So then it's a huge loss in 1 day or two. Okay, so always news can affect the underlying asset. Underlying asset means the particular stock or maybe the index you are buying. So you have to be very, very cautious. Okay, you should know what is happening in sector, what is happening in market. You should know actually. Before knowing the things, never enter into any sort of trade. Okay, that will be my advice. Trading risk like drop in value. So once news come, trading risk is always there. Drop in value of your asset, stock will fall, index will fall. And sometimes if you are not able to what we can say cope up with that loss, matlab if you don't have enough liquidity with you, enough capacity, you don't have any holding capacity. हाँ sir 2 लाख रुपया था, डाल दिया था, पता नहीं था ऐसा होता है. Such kind of people, they always lose entire money within a what we can weekdays time also. Because if you want to trade in futures, my personal opinion is one should have minimum 5 to 10 lakhs. Then you can think of trading in future. Okay, you just don't think, हाँ sir 2 लाख रुपया है, चालू करता हूँ, एक लॉट लेता हूँ वगैरह. So that 2 lakhs will vanish someday. Okay, so you should have enough capital, because if market falls down, then you should have enough capital to what we can say pay the mark to mark. So if there is a huge drop in value, that will ultimately what we can say, then what happens actually, losses are happening, losses are increasing, and ultimately fear. Okay, ultimately fear, people start fearing कि अरे, people start afraid अभी क्या होगा मार्केट में, पता नहीं कहाँ रुकेगा ये मार्केट, नहीं अभी लॉस बुक कर देता हूँ. So the people who basically afraid of booking a small loss, they end up making huge losses in the last. So मैं हमेशा लोगों को बोलता हूँ कि you have to book a small loss. Suppose if you are not, we can say, comfortable with the positions you have took, or maybe you are watching markets and you find that market is coming down, so better exit immediately. Start exiting market in the right time. That is what we can say, normally people become emotional. अरे नहीं भाई अच्छा स्टॉक है, okay, blue chip है, गिरेगा तो कल ऊपर भी आएगा, because they have seen the scam series. Okay, so they always think कि हाँ भाई क्या हो गया, मार्केट गिरा है तो कल धूल चट के खड़ा भी हो जाएगा. So see, this type of dialogue, they are always good to listen, but they may not get materialized in real market. So if market is falling, then you have to accept market is falling, you have to get out. There is no hope otherwise. Okay, so that is also one of the reason, that is a risk. Then margin shortfall, as I said, the market is continuously coming down. You will always find that in January last week or in January first week, market relentlessly go down, because FIs will be on holiday mood, Christmas and all that. And on February, as you know, 1st February we have budget every year. So last 10 days FIs do huge selling, because they are also not sure what will be the outcome in budget. So you will always find that January end or January mid, you will always find a big sell off in the market. Sometimes maybe 10 times you will find the last year 10 times record, you will find 8 times market has fallen drastically in the last week of January. So that also you need to take care. You have to view, you have to take a view accordingly when to enter into market and when to exit. And if you see market is coming down, you have to exit. So otherwise what will happen, if you stick to your position, if you hold your position, then there will be a margin shortfall, and one day automatically your positions will get sold off by the broker, because there is a margin shortfall. Okay, then the most important reason why people lose money, or why it is a risk in F&O, because greed and fear leads to heavy loss. Now take an example again, why greed and fear? Because whenever stock is moving up, we always feel it's great. Okay, वो थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है कि भाई चलो finally we are making some money, our stock is in the green, so people think कि अभी तो ये और बढ़ेगा. And then there is a great advertisement Pepsi used to do when I was in college. I saw that ad, Diliye Mange More. Okay, a great advertisement of Pepsi India, you know very well that Diliye Mange More is in everybody's mind. So if you are getting 5,000 rupees profit per lot, people will say, अरे यार 5,000 से मेरा क्या होगा? Okay, so I'll wait for 10,000. Once you get 10,000 rupees, then your broker will say, अरे साहब आपको क्या कुछ पैसों का जरूरत है क्या? हाँ क्या क्यों इतना घाई कर रहे हो? रुको ना, कल बेचना, कल 20,000 मिल जाएगा. And then you believe on your broker as usual. And then कल वो खुलता ही है इतना नीचे कि there will be 10,000 mark to mark loss immediately in the opening. So my advice is, if you're a F&O trader, always you should think in your mind before entering into a trade, what is your target, that what profit you want to achieve. And once that profit figure comes, you have to exit from the market. Unfortunately, 98% of the people never exit in right time. That is the biggest reason, and that is the biggest risk in market. Once your target is achieved, just exit. Because what happens then, some television channel people say, "Arey, now next target is so and so." Then people say, "Arey, next target means ye to aur badhega. Then I should hold the position." So no, my dear friends, if profits are coming, let me tell you honestly, getting a profit in F&O is just like getting past CA exams. Okay, it's a very rare activity in your life. Okay, it is not a usual activity. So always, whenever you'll get a chance to clear, just clear, and whenever you get a chance to book your profits, always book. So greed is always bad as far as F&O trading is concerned, because it's a endless story. It's a endless. 10 मिला तो 20 चाहिए, 20 मिला तो 30 चाहिए, 30 मिला तो 40 चाहिए, and then ultimately you may end up losing money also. एक दिन काफी होता है वो 40 से फिर -40 होने के लिए. That is the ultimate story of market. You must be knowing if you are watching what we can say a screen. And fear also leads to heavy loss. Why fear leads to heavy loss? Earlier, when there is a 5,000 rupees loss, people say, "Acha, theek hai, और 5,000 है ना, okay, I can manage, no problem. Okay, मेरे पास बहुत पैसा है." So 5,000, okay, I can manage. So I will wait. Then it becomes 10,000. Okay, 10,000. Okay, I am trading in F&O. वो lecture में सुना था, वो सोमन सर ने बोला था, huge losses are possible. So ठीक है, अभी तो थोड़ा ही है, huge loss अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. But you never get exit. First you fear कि नहीं 10,000 लॉस कैसे बुक करूँ, हाउ टू बुक लॉस, नहीं आई विल नॉट गोइंग टू बुक लॉसेस. यार आई एम अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, हाउ कैन आई बुक अ लॉस? मेरा नाम खराब हो जाएगा बिरादरी में, क्लाइंट लोग क्या सोचेंगे, अपना सीए भी लॉस कर रहा है. सो सी डोंट थिंक लाइक दैट. Okay, if there is a loss, just you be a disciplined trader, get your loss and exit from the particular script or particular position. But if today you fail to book losses just because of fear कि 5,000 कैसे बुक करूं, 10,000 कैसे बुक करूं, believe me, next day it will be 25,000. Still 25,000 if it's manageable, you say कि okay 25,000 no problem, I can still manage. Third day it will be 75,000. So unlimited losses in F&O, as you know very well. If your position is like that, if you have taken so multiple lots, then losses can be any amount of money. So then a big fear. Then people start searching what we can say astrologers. People start searching some advisors के भाई इसमें अभी क्या करे, क्या अभी IEX लिया है 300 पे 2 दिन पहले, अभी तो 260 हो गया, क्या करे? बहुत सारे फंस गए बेचारे उसमें. Okay, so these things happen. Why? Because 300 हो गया तो बेचना चाहिए था भाई, 260 से 300 हुआ था, ये किसको मालूम है क्या? नहीं, अच्छा मालूम है, okay. But actually many people bought because there was a television what we can say advice कि now buy IEX, next target is 315, 320.
सर उस IEX का न्यूज़ तो बहुत सारे ग्रुप में था.
हाँ, अरे see this is
so many brokers given the news for IEX.
Yeah, this is the reality. What I'm telling you कि पूरे गांव को पता होता है, okay, पूरे गांव में फैला देते हैं कि इसको बाय करो, इसको बाय करो, and then smart people start shorting it, okay, and retailers like us, okay, they always believe in tips, they start buying those, and today it is 260. Now whenever they will say it is a right to short, right time to short, believe me वहां से घूम जाएगा, तब तक पता नहीं. Okay, so the problem is again a fear, like fear also leads to heavy losses. So always have a stop loss in your mind. Okay, if you have a stop loss, then you are great. Stop losses in your mind means you have to keep in system. Many times I see few people who say, हाँ sir वो मन में रखा था stop but लगाया नहीं था. Then it is of no use. Okay, मन में सारी बातें रखेंगे तो काम का नहीं है भाई, कभी कभी बोलना भी पड़ता है. हाँ, कॉलेज में आपने देखा रहेगा. So that's why always don't keep anything in your mind, always speak. हाँ, क्या है भाई, होगा तो होगा, नहीं तो नहीं. Okay, सिस्टम में लगाया स्टॉप लॉस, हिट हो गया नहीं होगा, whatever it may be, हिट हो गया तो you are safe. अब जिसने 300 में लिया था 290 का स्टॉप लॉस रखा, ठीक है, ओनली लॉस इज 37,000, बट स्टिल इफ ही इज स्टैंडिंग इन द पोजीशन, आज का कोई 260-65 का क्लोजिंग है, द लॉसेस आर मोर देन व्हाट वी कैन से 1 लाख रुपीस. सो दैट इज अ मॉकरी ऑफ F&O ट्रेडिंग. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी कॉशियस. डोंट फियर टू बुक लॉस. ओके, ऑलवेज इफ यू हैव अ फियर इन माइंड कि लॉस कैसे बुक करूं, बिलीव मी बड़ा लॉस बुक करना पड़ेगा. So always get exit in smaller losses, because that will save your precious capital and you can have another chance in market to make out your losses. Okay, वो क्या लगता है ना लोगों को कि यही लास्ट चांस है मेरा, this is the last chance, so if I fail then I will never trade. ऐसे बोलने वाले मैं 15 साल से देख रहा हूँ. Okay, they come with some money and they start trading in F&O. So there is, जैसे हम have you ever seen any person who is drinking has left the drinks in your life, in his life? No. बस F&O भी उसी तरह से है. Okay, once you start trading in F&O, nobody will leave F&O. हाँ, market can leave you, but you will never leave markets. Okay, आप छोड़ोगे नहीं, market आपको फेंक देगा बाहर, but you will never leave markets. That is the ultimate story of the market. And last point, as I said, it's a risky because risk of unlimited loss. As I said, if you buy multiple lots, then भगवान बचाए आपको. huge losses. As I given an example, IEX, there are multiple another examples. Take another example, Lupin. Yesterday there was a upper circuit, then there was a news. Abhi Lupin 1000 jayega, 1050 jayega. Today Lupin is at 915, 920. Okay, so yesterday it was on what we can say upper circuit. Today again 50, 70 rupees. See, these things happens in market. Then how you can time the market? How you can go into play in this type of market? ओके अगर किसी को पता होता कि भाई लुपिन इतना चला है 10% अप है आफ्टर द न्यूज दैट राकेश झुनझुनवाला हैज एग्जिटेड हिज स्टेक देन यू शुड हैव आल्सो एग्जिटेड ओके भाई 10% मिल रहा है तो यू शुड हैव एग्जिटेड अनफॉर्चुनेटली पीपल स्टार्टेड बाइंग ऑन द टिप दैट अभी नाउ इट विल मूव टू 1050 दैट इज द बिगेस्ट व्हाट वी कैन से मॉकरी इन tip business. So never believe in any tip, just use your own logic. The stock which has already run up by 10%, okay, sometimes it happens, I am not denying that sometimes stock may run up by 20-30% also, but it's happened very rarely. Okay, not every day, not in every script. Use your logic, friends. We are chartered accountants, we always use logics also in our audits. So use logic in markets. Believe me, don't use fundamentals, don't use technical, use just simple logic. That will help you in F&O markets if you're not trading. Okay, because fundamentals can be lied. Okay, research report, now everybody knows how they come in 5 minutes after results are ready. I am also actually surprised how they really come with the research reports. Okay, once the results are announced, very next day research report comes, we are overweight, we are underweight. This is foolish thing actually. Personally, I believe how can you study a fundamental results in just one night or maybe in few hours and you just come with your opinion ki yes, this is a stock to buy, this is a stock to sell. So always be careful with just research reports. Okay, you try to analyze yourself, you try to research on, because we are we are highly literate people as far as finance field is concerned. So we can also very well analyze the balance sheets instead of the other people. Like if other people use research report, I can understand because they don't know the balance sheets and they don't have the commerce background sometimes. But I don't believe how chartered accountants are also remain depend on the research reports of other people. I don't know. We should not depend on anybody's research. We should make our own research before entering into any activity. That is my personal view. Okay, don't take it otherwise. Now what is the opportunity? Before going ahead, risk to abhi bol diya, but every coin has two sides. Okay, so there is a risk, there is a reward also. So what is the opportunity for traders in F&O market? For professional traders, leverage is a gift. Now here professional traders means not a professional like a chartered accountants or a doctors or like that. A professional trader means who is a highly disciplined person, okay, whose studies are accurate. They are basically a professional traders. Normally professionals also don't keep stop losses. So I don't think professionals are a professional traders. But if you are a professional trader, if you are a highly disciplined trader, then leverage is a gift. Okay, and if you manage to find out what will be the outcome, okay, in the particular stock or maybe a script or maybe an index, if your studies are proper, if they are in the right direction, if you are using right tools, then leverage is a gift. Okay, then leverage is a gift. Otherwise leverage is a curse. Okay, leverage is a problem. But if you are a professional trader, then it's a gift. So those people who are doing F&O for many years and with a highly discipline, they are successful. But again, as I said, they are very rare. Okay, the species is almost rare species that who makes money in F&O. In case of future, you have 1 month, 2 months, 3 months time, so you can hold. No need to exit in panic. That is also opportunity sometimes. That sometimes what happens, say as usual on expiry day, there is a huge volatility. On every Thursday, you will find a volatility in what we can say index also. So sometimes due to news also, some stocks may fall down or maybe index also fall down. So now there is a Fed meet also. Yesterday it has been started. Today the outcome will come. So now everybody is afraid of tampering. More tampering will come. Then market will again fall. So this kind of a news are going everywhere. So we don't know what will happen. Today also somebody asked me, क्या लग रहा है सर market? मैं बोला भाई वो तो कल 9:15 बजे पता चलेगा. Okay, so I never say क्या लग रहा है market. I don't have any answer. I say कि just let market gets open. First 15 minutes, I always observe a screen. I never myself take a position in first 15 minutes. Up to 9:30, 9:35, I just observe the screen. I just study the scripts, whatever I have decided to buy or maybe short. And then how the market progresses, accordingly I take my own trade, very frankly. Okay, so it takes time, but it is always मराठीमध्ये म्हणतात ना, विचार करून निर्णय घ्या. Okay, you think first and then take a decision. That will be always a wise decision. If you take a decision first, then पूरा जिंदगी भर सोचना ही पड़ेगा कि ये क्यों लिया मैंने. So always first study and then you take a what we can say trade. So always what is the opportunity? That sometimes there is a fall in market, maybe a fall in script due to some news. Then once the news is absorbed in the market, later on that script also come up, or maybe that index also come up. Okay, so because you have a time in your hand, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months futures are there, so you can roll over your positions and then you can continue with it. If as I said, if you have a holding capacity, as well as if you know, like if you have an expectation that a trade will give you profits. Otherwise आप बोलोगे अरे वो सर ने बोला था 1-2 महीना है तो चलो होल्ड करते हैं. That is not like that. Okay, don't get misunderstood this concept. The concept is, if you know your trade is going to be right after a few days, maybe, then only you can hold the position. Otherwise, just because there are 2 months available, 3 months available, just go on, what we can say, roll over, go on, roll over, then only the cost of carry will get increased, nothing else. So always keep in mind while rolling over the positions that, and see, rollover data is also good. Like always, I can give you a simple, what we can say, technique. If you are finding that rollover is increasing percentage wise month on month, then definitely that stock is what we can say a good candidate for buying next month. That is the ultimate logic in market. If the rollovers are best, okay, and if they are on the long side, then that stock is good for buying. And if the rollovers are more on the shorter side, then that is a shorting candidate. So this is the logic actually you can use, but again, for that logic you need to study the rollover data, okay, which comes on the expiry day. So if you study the rollover data, you will come to know how much rollovers took place in sector wise in particular stocks. That will definitely help you. Okay, you just try this next time whenever you trade. Then volatile markets can give maximum opportunity to enter, exit, take benefit of lot size. So sometimes what happens, if you are a jobber, or if you are a jobber means if you are taking entry exit very fast, okay, then volatile markets always help. If you are a swing trader, now swing trader means who basically trades with the swing, okay, who takes immediate, who cut down the positions accordingly, according to market swing, and accordingly he takes a new position. So if you are a swing trader, then F&O is a really a opportunity, because see, you are not emotional, okay, you are just following. जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं कि trend is my friend, okay, if you are following the market trend, then you will definitely get success, but you need to follow the trend properly. ऐसा नहीं कि पहले long में था market, follow कर रहा था, अभी market नीचे आना चालू हो गया, I am still holding my longs, then you are not a professional trader. If market starts coming down, then you have to cut down your position, and accordingly you have to, what we can say, take another position, or you have to wait till the market gets settled down. So always volatile market sometimes helps for our professional traders and take a benefit of lot size. Sometimes what happens, few people are fond of taking multiple lots in Nifty Bank Nifty because lot size is very less. So 10-20 lot उठा लेते हैं and very quickly they get exit. So they make money. Sometimes 10-20 lot उठाने के बाद they don't take exit, and then they take exit from market itself. Okay, so you have to be very, very cautious while taking the lots as well. I personally believe, I always tell people that kitna bhi aapke paas paisa ho, irrespective of your money you are having, always buy single lot. If you want to be a successful trader in F&O, always buy a single lot. Don't go for multiple lots. Okay, don't go for multiple lot. Buy one lot and see what happens. If you are making money, it's good. If you are losing money, it's ultimately good. Like only losses will be also limited. But if you take multiple lots without any knowledge, okay, then it will be a huge losses. So always, if you are a swing trader, it's an opportunity for you to trade in F&O markets, because if you follow markets, if you follow the trends, like as I said in F&O, like losses, profits are also unlimited if your trade is on the right side or the with the trend. So जैसे मैंने बोला कि losses भी unlimited है. Say you got stuck in Tata Steel maybe at 1500, now Tata Steel went to 1000. There are few people who always ask me, सर टाटा स्टील का क्या करना है? तो मैं बोलता हूँ भाई क्या करना है, स्टील है, यूज कर सकते हैं बिल्डिंग में, ओके. एंड देन सर क्या सर मजाक कर रहे हो सर, 1500 में लिया है, अभी 1300 हो गया. व्हेन इट वाज 1300 पीपल वर आस्किंग. तो मैं बोला भाई 1300 हो गया ना, तो रुको ना भाई, 1100 भी हो सकता है. सर क्यों गरीब का मजाक उड़ा रहे हो? मैं बोला गरीब का मजाक नहीं, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड मार्केट माय डियर फ्रेंड. द मेटल्स आर फॉलिंग, बेस मेटल इज फॉलिंग इन एमसीएक्स. तो कहाँ पे ध्यान है तुम्हारा? When base metals are falling, how your Tata Steel will go up just because the name is Tata Steel? Wrong. So don't be emotional, just try to focus, try to analyze the data. When metals are falling everywhere, how Tata Steel will go up? It will never go up. Okay, so just again, as I said, disclaimer is just an what we can say example. I'm not holding any positions in Tata Steel, but जैसे मैंने बोला कि नाउ इट इज 1200, नियर बाय 1200 पीपल आर सेइंग कि सर अभी क्या करना चाहिए. भाई क्या करना चाहिए? 1000 था तभी क्या किया था? नहीं सर ऐसे ही देख रहा था. तो बोला अभी भी देखी ना, सिर्फ क्या करेगा अभी तू? जब 1000 था तभी लिया नहीं, अभी बात. सी दैट इज द अल्टीमेट मॉकरी ऑफ पीपल व्हेन स्टॉक्स आर रियली फॉल डाउन and when it is a really a buying opportunity, people get afraid. Why? People think कि 900 हो गया तो क्या करेंगे? And now when it is 1200, so near 1200, people say sir अभी buy करे क्या? So I said buy तो कभी भी कर सकते हैं, stock market है, anytime you can buy any stock, but then holding capacity के ऊपर depend है whether you are going to make profits or not. और जब भी लेना चाहिए तभी लोग लेते नहीं है. और बाकी see what happens with general people when there was a fall in markets. I was on television channel just on the 2 days like 13th and 23rd. There was a live interview on TV9 also कि सर मार्केट में सर्किट लगा है क्या है. मैं बोला सी दिस इज अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर्स. देयर इज अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर जनरल पब्लिक टू एंटर इनटू मार्केट्स. यू आर गेटिंग स्टॉक्स एट अ बिग सेल. नहीं यहाँ से बोल रहे हैं कि 5500 6000 जाएगा. मैं बोलता है देखो भाई ये तो लोग है, ये पब्लिक है, सब जानती है. हाँ लोग तो सब कहेंगे, लेकिन इफ यू आर अ क्लेवर इन्वेस्टर when everybody is running out of market, then it is the ultimate time to enter into market. Those who listen to my interview, those who enter, they made huge amount of money in last 2 years. But when index become 12,000, people say अभी invest करना चाहिए क्या? So they lost the opportunity of investing at 7,500. When it was 12,000, they came to market for investment. Still, they are also they are also I think they got some good amount of rewards. 12,000 to 18,800 index in next 1 year. So see, market is always a rewarding. In my personal opinion, last 16 years I am observing markets. Market सबको पैसा देता है. The only thing is you should able to grab it. Okay, you should able to take it. Market में सबको पैसा मिलेगा. And the first thing I always say to every trader that always you pray to God that whenever you exit the position, always you pray to God वो stock और ऊपर जाना चाहिए. See, that is the ultimate technique I use in my life. Why I am successful? Because whenever I book my profit, I always pray to God कि भगवान इसको और ऊपर भेज दे थोड़ा ये stock को. Because the person who bought it from me also should get profits in market. If you feel कि you are the only person who should earn the profits, then believe me, that is the ultimate end of your career in market. So always be compassionate. Always you say that everybody should see sarve ni sukhina santu sarve santu niramaya. We always say use the same policy in markets also. Okay, you just think everybody should get money. Don't think only I should get the money. Then that is ultimately a fall of your career in market. So that's why I am successful, because whenever I book my profits, I am not a greedy person, as I said. I always say कि और see many people they call me sir क्या sir कितना जल्दी निकलवाया, ये तो और भी ऊपर चला गया. अरे तो भाई जाने देना, अच्छा है ना, ऊपर गया तो जिसने तेरे से लिया उसको अरे सर उसको मिला लेकिन मुझे भी थोड़ा ज्यादा मिलता था. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ लॉजिक विल नॉट हेल्प यू. ओके, इफ यू अगर आपको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है किसी दूसरे को पैसा मिल रहा है, ओके, योर नेचर इज लाइक दैट, देन सॉरी बॉस, यू आर इन रॉन्ग मार्केट. You should always feel happy because you have already made the profits. Let other also make the profit. Okay, so always if you are what we can say doing a trade in F&O market, losses are unlimited, so profits are also unlimited. Because if your trade is on the right side, profits will be unlimited. So for leverage traders, it's a great opportunity. For professional trade, it's a great opportunity. But subject to you should trail your stop losses. ऐसा नहीं कि ऐसे ही छोड़ दिया पोजीशन को. Always trailing of stop loss. Why trailing of stop loss? If you trail the stop loss, that will make sure that if sometimes market falls, if sometimes script falls, your profits will get automatically booked. So trailing stop loss, I know very few people use this technique. Trailing stop loss is the ultimate way of success in F&O trading. You need to trail your stop loss. Otherwise, what will happen if you just sit on the screen by watching the markets, ऊपर जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है, you will never trail your stop loss. Now, for few, just let me explain what is the trailing the stop loss means. So, for example, again, example I can say, if you are buying a stock at ₹1,000 and you are keeping a stop loss of 990. And your target is ultimately say 1020. If the stocks goes to 1010, either you can book profit because it's a FNO, you must be getting some good amount of money, or you just pull your stop loss from 990 to 1000. So now if again it will come down, you will be at no profit, no loss situation. Now, if the price move to 1015, either you can book profit because you are getting 15 rupees or trail your stop loss to 1010. So if market falls, if stock falls, at least 10 rupees will get booked. Many times what happens, people just sit like this only. They watch markets, but they never trail stop losses. उनके सामने 1015 जाएगा, उनके सामने 990 आएगा, उनका स्टॉप लॉस हिट हो जाएगा. एंड जैसे सर क्या करे, स्टॉप लॉस हिट हो गया. अरे भाई 15 रुपए ऊपर गया था, सोया था क्या किया तभी? अरे नहीं सर, आई थॉट कि 1020 भी आ जाएगा. नहीं, वो ठीक है, योर सोचना, आपका सोचना गलत नहीं है, बट यू शुड हैव ट्रेल योर स्टॉप लॉस. यू शुड हैव मेक confirm that at least some profits will come to you. So trailing stop loss is always an opportunity in markets. If you do that, then definitely F&O markets where you get success. And last but not the least, if you do jobbing, then nothing like it. Okay, then nothing like it. But for that, you need to have accurate information. Okay, accurate information is just like, as I said, is again just like passing a CA exams. Okay, accurate information, because you know very well, when we pass over, when I took my study material in the year 97, while studying, I was always wondering, our institute study material always had a last line at that time. Views expressed here are not necessarily the views of the institute in the study material. So I always ask my sir, ये पढ़ने को बोला एंड बोल रहे कि ये अपना व्यू नहीं, इसके लिए इतने लोग बच्चे लोग फेल होते हैं क्या? तो बोला यार यू आर स्मार्ट गाय, यू आर रियली आस्किंग समथिंग आउट ऑफ बॉक्स. बोला नहीं सर, इधर लिखा है तो भाई पढ़ना क्या है फिर? ओके, सो द पॉइंट इज, see, that is what we can say a market is also all about. Ki whatever your views, okay, but they may not be the necessarily the right views in the market. So always use your logic, use your brain. Okay, don't be emotional in market. Okay, profit loss ये तो चलता रहेगा. If you are a F&O trader, it's profit and loss is what? Coin has a two sides. One side is a profit, another is a loss. Okay, you are always going to toss up because you are a trader. But use your brain, use your logic. Okay, don't be emotional while trading. So if you are doing jobbing means क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Very fast entry exits. Trade for a very short margin. They are known as a jobbers. Like they will buy say 10 lots and they will exit in hardly 1 or 2 rupees. Okay, they'll buy 5 lots and they'll hardly exit in 1 or 2. They will always keep stop loss also very less, 1 or 2 rupees. ऐसा नहीं कि 10 रुपए का stop loss लगाएंगे. They will not keep big stop losses. Then otherwise there will be a big losses. So jobbers usually what they do, the entry and exit will be for very small margin. But उतना time होना चाहिए. I know a chartered accountant never had such time, free time in his office to trade like this. But those who are fond of jobbing, they always make good money. Again, for that you need to accurate information, and for that your study should be also should be proper, I guess. Otherwise, F&O is not so easy. But these are the opportunities. You can always think of trading in F&O like this. And nowadays, after the SEBI new rules of margin, this is another picture. कि मेरे पास बिल्डिंग है, प्रॉपर्टी है, बैंक बैलेंस है, बंगला है, गाड़ी है, क्या है तुम्हारे पास? ओके, इफ समबडी आस्क लाइक दिस, आई ऑलवेज से मेरे ब्रोकर के पास क्रेडिट बैलेंस है, प्लेज में माल पड़ा है. so okay, so there is no problem for me for margin at least. So this is an opportunity nowadays in market. So choose a broker, choose a wise broker who have a sufficient margin, because again it is needless to say, because I personally believe we are a professional, so we should know where to trade and how to select a broker. But I personally feel all discount brokers, all these modified apps nowadays, I will not name any apps. Okay, it will be an injustice, but I don't believe in any app or any discount broker. Again, as I said, my personal thinking is, if a broker is giving me service, if I am making some money, let him also earn the money. why should I use discount brokerage? Why should I use discount broking platforms? भाई मुझे पैसा कमाना है, but मुझे किसी को कमा के नहीं देना है. Okay, this is disgusting. I personally believe, you may not agree with this, but this is my own philosophy. Okay, I never use any discount broker. I neither suggest anybody to use discount broker, because there are lots of problems in discount brokerage nowadays. My few clients also lost money in last few months due to these what we can say technical hinges in the discount broking. Okay, those softwares. So always think like this. भाई 200 रुपया लेना भाई मेरे से ब्रोकरेज, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. 500 रुपया ले, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. मैं कमा रहा हूं तो तू भी कमा ले भाई. So तू भी कमा, मैं भी कमाता हूं. That is my ultimate philosophy. So I always say कि he is giving us service, he is taking efforts, he is taking out his time, then he should also get reward. Why should he be deprived? Okay, हम लोग उसको क्यों बोलते हैं भाई 10 पैसे का करना, भाई 2 पैसा करना. I don't like people bargain for brokerage. I don't like personally. अरे भाई, see, we are chartered accountant. If somebody comes to us and he bargain for fees, whether you are ready to give him services in lesser amount of fees, just think and tell me whether it is possible. No, at that time we'll say no, we are chartered accountants. How can we give service in so less amount of money? And then ultimately, if you go to broker, you always say कि भाई 1 पैसा कर देना, भाई 2 पैसा कर देना, यार 3 पैसा बहुत लगा रहा है यार तू, हाँ कितना कमाएगा, रखेगा क्या इतना पैसा? Okay, so that way we should not behave. Okay, we should behave like भाई चल तू भी कमा ले, मैं भी कमा रहा हूँ तेरी वजह से. Since you are giving me good service, I am also able to make money. So you also can make money. मैं कभी आज तक जिंदगी में मैंने ब्रोकर को कभी बोला नहीं है मेरा ब्रोकरेज कम कर. Why? Because let him earn the money. See, these are very important points. Nobody will teach you in any technical class. See, this is a philosophy of life. Always you help people to earn, you will ultimately end up making money. And if you say कि नहीं तुम नहीं कमाओ, खाली मैं कमाऊंगा, then there is a mistake, serious mistake in our brain. Okay, then it is very difficult. Now go to options. What is options basically? I think many of the people may be doing options because F&O nowadays it's a very costly affair. A huge margin requirement, huge what we can say lot sizes, and now the prices are also high. So the huge what we can say money involvement. So many people they think यार कॉल पुट कर लेते हैं, अच्छा है, हाँ 50,000 लाख रुपए में भी कर सकते हैं यार, ज्यादा पैसा नहीं चाहिए. So that is the ultimate ideology or we can say psychology of the people who use the call puts or use the options. Okay, so what is the option basically? Let's see. First of all, options is what basically it's a derivative, like unlike future or like a future, it is a derivative. So there is no actually ultimate delivery in that case. Okay, derivative mein there is no delivery unlike equity shares. So it's a derivative. It's a what we can say just premium calculation on underlying assets, and you have to just buy or short whatever you think fit. So available in 2 sets, call and puts. So call is basically, as you know very well, if we are bullish in the market, we usually buy calls, and those who are bearish on the markets, they usually buy puts. That is what we can say basic of call and put. We have call puts for stock and index. Like you will find always there are F&O scripts. So har ek ke liye call puts available hai. There will be a different strike prices for it, and ultimately premium will be also there. And for index also you will find that different strike prices, like 17,300 का है, 17,400 का है, 500 का है. For bank nifty it is 36,500. Every 100 points there is a what we can say call put available in bank nifty is concerned, or every 50 points you will find in nifty. Okay, like index future also we have option expiry for weekly. Like index में जैसा होता है future में weekly, index future actually have monthly settlement, but for option futures we have what we can say weekly settlement, or we can say weekly expiry होता है उसका index options का. But for futures you always have a monthly future, and for options also, stock options, you will have a monthly expiry. So you'll get full month to what we can say settle your positions to buy or sell. But options index में आपको every week there will be a expiry. Okay, every Thursday. For stock option we have monthly expiry, as I said. Last Thursday को उसका settlement होगा. Either you have to what we can say buy or you have to clear your positions, whatever you have taken during the period, or ultimately it becomes zero also. Most of the times maybe this is the experience of maximum people, that option buyers always lose money. It becomes zero, okay, on the last day of expiry. Let me tell you frankly, option is basically a hedging instrument. Okay, if you have a good portfolio, then you should hedge your portfolio with the options. That is the ultimate technique one should adopt, one should have. But unfortunately, for last many years, people are now trading in options. Okay, and again, thanks to media, thanks to channels, thanks to advisors, they have different strategies, butterfly, okay, strangle, straddle, and all this. If somebody asks me, sir, what is your strategy? So I always say there is no strategy for trading in. This is my strategy, that there is no strategy to be used. Okay, I just read the option chain. Okay, I just see where the buyers are standing, where the put writer is standing, and accordingly I take myself my own position. PCR is the ultimate key for success if you want to earn money in future and options. PCR, okay, put call ratio. So if you are mastering PCR, then I can bet you will always end up making money. But the unfortunate problem is 99.99% of the people who trades in F&O, they don't know what is PCR. They only know charts. Okay, they know patterns, they know straddle, they know strangle. Okay, they know beta, delta, they know all this, but they don't know PCR, unfortunately. So PCR is a put call ratio. So if you master PCR, definitely I can guarantee you that you will end up making good amount of money. But you should master the PCR. Okay. So always don't again go behind any tips, or don't run behind any tips. You just study yourself, just read the option chain carefully, which is available at NSE website. Every 3 minutes it gets refreshed. For index also, you can just download the PCR and you just check. Ultimately, you will come to know where the market is heading. Okay, very rarely I can tell you, if you trade 100 times, 10 times there will be a, what we can say, a PCR might fail. PCR might fail 10 times, but 90 times PCR will give you sure success. That is the ultimate story of PCR. Okay, 10 times you may fail. Okay, I'm not saying 100% PCR will be useful, because when there is a drastic selling, PCR always never works, because it also takes time to change. So वो time change होने के पहले ही अगर market जोर से गिर गया धड़ाम से, then PCR also never works. But normally PCR works. Okay, so if you want to trade in options, always make a strategy of reading PCR, using PCR for your trading. People basically like this option trading. Why? Because limited capital. हाँ भाई, कोई भी कर सकता है. Only 50,000, 1 lakh rupees. So or maybe 5-10,000 rupees for an index option. Very small premium, very small lot size. So anybody can do. And this is the reason why people lose money in commodity market also. Because in commodity market, पब्लिक को खींच के ब्रोकर लोग लाते हैं. अरे यार डर मत, 3,000 में लॉट आता है. अरे यार 2,000 में लॉट आता है. Very bad habit, very bad tactics of pulling people into commodity market. So I always tell people, don't trade in commodity market unless and until you have a background of any commodity business. Okay, otherwise don't just go behind any tips. You will always fail, because I know lot size is small, premiums are small, margins are small, but losses are always big. Okay, be careful. This is a truth of commodity markets. Then unlike future, basically future यहाँ पे क्या होता है, there is a time decay. So option premium you will always find there is a time decay. So it is rightly said by many analysts, many people in the markets, that's the call writer and put writer, they end up making money. Okay, call writer and put writer, they end up making money. Call buyers and put buyers, usually they lose money. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो लोग lose नहीं करते. Sometimes call writer, put writer also lose money, but maximum probability is if you are writing options, then you will make money. क्यों वो भी मैं बोलता हूँ, because the losses are basically unlimited, but probability of losses is very rare actually. Probability of losses, because just I can give you example just to make people understand what is the writing and all that. For example, समझो 1,000 rupees का कोई stock है. I will not name the stock. I will say 1,000 rupees का stock है, and the current price of a stock is say 1,005 rupees or 1,010 rupees. Okay, so what people will do, suppose if people are bullish, if the people know कि ये stock तो बढ़ने वाला है, what they will do, they will start selling 1,000 put or maybe 990 put. Now, what is the idea behind this? Selling put means the market is going up, the particular script is going up, means put will reduce, put will go down. So why they sell 1000 put? Because they are quite sure that now in the remaining month, this script will go above 1005, 1010, 1020, maybe 1030 also. So they sell 1000 put. They, for example, 1000 put premium is say 20 rupees and say lot size is 25, lot size is 250. So what will happen? 20 rupees into 250, 5000 is a premium collected by writing a call. Okay. Now, what is the calculation here? 20 rupees you have collected the premium means your loss will get started when that particular script goes below 980. Till it is above 980, you are safe, nothing to worry. Okay, you are not going to lose the money. And if you are bullish on the script, ultimately entire 20 rupees will be your profits. So very rarely it happens that its script goes below 980, below 960, and you may start losing money. But 90% of the times, or maybe 80% of the times, people makes money because the ultimate loss will get started much later. Hence, writer are always safe. And what option buyers do? Same. Suppose if I bought a call, because I am bullish in the market, say 1000 ka hi maine call buy kiya, again a premium is at 20 rupees, and suppose that stock falls to 1000 or maybe below 1000, my 20 rupees will become immediately 17 or 16. That means what? Whenever option buyers buy option, his losses start immediately. And whenever any option writers write option, his losses start at a much later, what we can say, much later time. बहुत बाद उसका loss चालू होता है, immediately loss चालू नहीं होता, but put buyer का या call buyer का loss immediately चालू होता है. So this is the actual, what we can say, logic behind writing the call and puts. But again, as I said, you have to be master. Okay, you must know where the market is heading. Then, one more thing, the only one disadvantage is, for writing a calls or writing a puts, again a nifty margin is required. So huge amount of money is involved. So for earning 5,000 or 10,000, maybe the margin requirement is 1,50,000. So sometime it's whether it is feasible or not, that you need to think. But that is the ultimate true story. If for writing a call or writing a put, you need a nifty margin. Okay, so ultimately it is a huge amount of investment. But success ratio is quite high if you are writing call or puts. So unlike future, premium goes down. So when I just say why you make money in writing, because premium goes down as day passes, as day progresses, their time value get reduced and you will be in profits ultimately. So premium includes, what is the premium basically? That 20 rupees is what? That 20 rupees is basically the time value and underlying asset value strike, intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is what? In the money value, and the time value means the number of days remaining in the expiry. So underlying asset value as per strike price, it depends on what is strike price. आप कौन से strike price का ले रहे हो call या put, which strike price you are choosing, on that it entirely depends. Normally, again, a suggestion is always go for in the money. If you want to buy, never buy out of the money. Again, the people make mistakes that they always buy out of the money call and puts. Why? Because they are very cheap. Again, my dear students, again, my dear fellow colleagues, if you buy out of the money call and puts, for your losses will start immediately. Because why? Because if you are buying out of the money, then if suppose that stock reach to that level, then only your profit will get started. Otherwise, entire money will be vanished. So whatever money you have paid, it will become a zero. So again, an example, today Lupin is 920, 925. And if you tomorrow buy 1,000 call, then it is a total out of the money. You don't know whether Lupin is going to trade above 1,000 or not in the remaining 10 days. So ultimately, maybe the premium is less, 7 or 8 rupees, or maybe 6 rupees. Ultimately, all will become zero. Okay. So hence, always avoid buying OTMs and always avoid buying OTM puts. OTM kabhi buy mat karo. If you want to buy, then go for at the money or maybe the in the money. That because in the money have an intrinsic value. So that will have a probability of making some money, probability of taking out some money of your trade. But if you buy out of the money, then a rare opportunity. Okay, so this is the option actually is all about. I have just explaining, since we are short in time, just I am giving you a brief idea. Now, this is one of the big reason why people lose money in option. Mossy, लड़का ट्रेडर तो अच्छा है पर क्या करे, स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाता. मौसी says hey Ram, okay. So why people lose money in options, also the same logic what we applied in futures. Again in options also, though it is a less investment, though they are cheap, okay, but still you have to apply your stop losses. फिर लड़का कितना भी अच्छा हो, okay, वो तो लॉस ही करेगा, because ultimately is not keeping any stop losses. Okay, so always remember this Jay and Viru story. So सिर्फ अच्छा होने से कुछ नहीं होता, you have to be disciplined also. Then what is the risk in option trade? As I said, actually I have explained few points. When you buy any option, risk is limited to the value of premium paid by you. So जैसे मैंने बोला कि if you buy say a call say for rupees 7 or 8 and ultimately that stock failed to cross the level of strike price, it becomes zero. So I know what is my risk. That 7-8 rupees is my risk while buying the call or buying the put. Okay, so risk is limited. And if you sell any option, then the losses may be unlimited like futures. See why? Because अगर मैंने 7-8 रुपए में कोई चीज ली है तो किसी ने तो बेची है मार्केट में. Somebody is writing, then only I am able to buy. So जिसने बेची है, he will get in trouble if the stock price moving high. अगर वो स्टॉक 1000 के ऊपर चला गया, 1020, 1040, then ultimately my premium will go to 20, 40, 50 rupees. और जिसने बेचा है उसका स्टॉप उसका लॉस हो जाएगा अनलिमिटेड. So only risk is what? If you are writing an option, then there is a risk of unlimited loss. If you are buying an option, risk is limited up to the value of premium paid by you. Okay, as the day passes, time value get reduced from premium and hence become difficult to trade. See, most of the time I always ask people not to trade in options in the 3rd week of every month. You just take out your own analysis, you take out your own trading activity, you will find that in every 3rd week of every month you have lost the money in options. Why it happens so? Because after 15th, okay, after 15th of every month, that is after 2 weeks, your premium will get reduced drastically. And 4th week is an expiry week normally. So उसमें तो बहुत volatility रहेगा. So there will be very less chance to get exit. So जो भी loss होता है 3rd week में ही होता है ज्यादा करके. First 2 weeks में you are always brave. Just like वो अपन को लगता है अपुरीच भगवान है. Okay, because we are making money in the first 2 weeks. Because market अच्छा है, still ample time. You are buying in the money calls and puts, so you are making money. Your real test of a call buyer and put buyer is in the 3rd week. After 15, they always end up losing money. Why? Because premium gets reduced drastically. उनको अंदाजा भी नहीं लगता, अरे कल 10 रुपया था, आज 5 रुपया हो गया, क्या करे साहब, अभी टाइम डिके है तो हो ही जाएगा 5 रुपया, अरे इतना जल्दी कैसे कम हो गया. So this type of questions come in their mind, but that happens after every 15. So I always ask people not to trade in 3rd week in options. If you are a call buyer or put buyer, okay, wait for next month or wait for the last week. In last week also again you can buy a next month option, though they are costlier, but it will definitely help you. And see the spread also. See the spread means there should be enough liquidity in the option, there should be enough buyers and sellers, and there should not be a big gap between buy and sell price. That is always ideal, what we can say, call and put to buy. कुछ भी होने दो, कोई भी स्क्रिप्ट का होने दो, but these are the requirements if you want to buy any call or put. Okay, spread should be less. Okay, highly liquid, मतलब वहां पे liquidity होना चाहिए, volume होना चाहिए, and as I said, difference of buyer and seller should be very less. Sometimes it happens, buyer is at 20, seller is at 25. So don't go for that, because if you buy at 25, it will be difficult to exit also at 20. Again, 5 rupees loss in 1 minute. Okay, so always be careful while buying options. Just don't go and blindly buy the options. See whether volume है कि नहीं है, spread कैसा है, what is a quantity traded, what is the open interest. You check all these things and then go for option buying. As the day passes, value get reduced, like that lack of volume. If you are choosing out of the money options, though they are very cheap, as I said, sometimes volume is very less in out of the money, though they are cheap, but if you buy cheap items, you will lose entire money. So always you see whether volume is enough or not to trade in options, because just like equity also we have the same principle. If more volume, then more liquidity. Like in options also you should see वो option strike price में volume हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, whether open interest is there or not. If there is no open interest and you are going to create open interest, then don't be careful. Okay, you will lose money. So there should be enough open interest before you take position into that particular script or index. That always take care. So liquidity gets over slowly during the month, especially after 15. जैसे मैंने बोला कि every 15. Okay, we have less minutes now, 5-10 minutes.
Sir, my one query is,
Okay.
sir, what is the ideal open interest proportion or quantity?
See, actually that is ऐसा नहीं है कि some ideal open interest or that, but usually what happens is any option if you see, at least there should be say 100, 200 or maybe 400-500 contracts minimum. So इतने लोगों का interest उसमें बना है तो you can enter. Only there is a 10-20 lots or 10-20 contracts, then always be careful. So volume उतना होना चाहिए, then only you can trade in those options. Otherwise, see, in F&O you will find 225 items nowadays. But I personally believe there are hardly 50-60 items which can be traded in options. Otherwise 150 items छोड़ना चाहिए because there is a huge spread. Okay, so chances of making money are very less. Okay, so you have to be very selective. See, you can go for index, what we can say, index में जो भी stocks है उसमें अगर ट्रेड करेंगे तो there is a huge liquidity being there in index. But other than index जो भी है mid caps or maybe small caps, they are quite dangerous. That is my own experience. Okay, so liquidity will get over in the next last 15 days. So you have to be very careful. Drastically premium will get reduced, then buyer will get trapped actually. Okay, seller will be always happy, but buyer will get trapped. So be careful after 15th because liquidity get reduced. And unlike future, options become zero. जैसे मैंने बोला, in futures में suppose your losses are 50,000, no problem. You can still roll over the position. If you have money, you can roll over the position, you can pay the margin, you can have another chance of making money in the next month. But in option, there is no second chance. It becomes zero ultimately. There is no roller in option. कभी-कभी कोई बंदे पूछते हैं, अरे सर ऑप्शन रोल ओवर करना है, कैसे करना है? So I said option cannot be rolled over. Okay, so no rollover in options, they will become ultimately zero. You can do like you can sell these options and you can buy the option, but ultimately that is not a rollover actually. Okay, unlike futures में जैसे होता है rollover, options में there is no rollover concept. So you have to be very careful. So this is the biggest risk. Okay, you will entirely lose the entire money. Now what is the opportunity? As I said, every coin has two sides. Opportunity is always keep hedging yourself so to minimize your losses. So that time some strategies might help you. Okay, कि एक buy call करो, एक put भी buy करो. See, always famous strategies on the days of Infosys result, or maybe the State Bank result, or maybe the L&T result, or maybe Tata Steel result. That ultimately people will buy some calls and they will sell some puts. Or I don't understand what is the logic in that. कि some buy puts, some buy calls. So मुझे तो समझ में नहीं आता because I am a very ordinary person. I just go and blindly buy the options. If blindly miss, if my studies are well enough, I just go and buy the options, but I never write myself. Though I know the history of the market is writers are profitable, but myself I am fond of buying the options. But real options, what we can say, which gives us money, and as I said, I keep stop losses also. So losing money is not the problem for me. Keeping stop losses is the problem for traders. So I always keep stop losses. So I don't mind losing money in markets. I know market will give another opportunity and we can make up that. So hedging normally, as I said, hedging instrument options. So it's an opportunity. If you have a big portfolio, always you can sell calls or you can buy puts if you see any fall in the market in the particular stocks. So that will minimize your trading loss. Okay, portfolio loss come kar dega. That is an opportunity. Jobbers basically can make maximum benefit. As I said, in futures also like options, jobbers can get huge amount of benefit for intraday traders. For intraday, if they quickly buy and sell the particular options, because see options में कैसा है ना, my own principle, again I tell you, I am using this principle for my own trading. If I buy some options say at 10:30 for example, and at 11:30 also, if the option is not at all moving, I exit that option immediately. I don't wait. जैसे मैंने बोला कि I treat stock as a girlfriend, I treat option as also a girlfriend. So एक घंटे में अगर उसने मुझे पैसा नहीं दिया तो ये मुझे पैसा नहीं देगा आज के दिन में. Okay, I immediately get exit. Maybe later on if it start moving up, I can re-enter. See, always we can re-enter the particular script, but you have to exit in the right time. अगर मैंने लिया है, there is no what we can say movement happening in a particular option. वो जैसे के जैसा है, stock बढ़ रहा है लेकिन option बढ़ ही नहीं रहा है. It happens many times. People say, sir, stock 10 रुपया चल गया, option 2 रुपया भी नहीं चला. सी टू पॉसिबिलिटीज, आइदर बाद में ऑप्शन जोर से चलेगा या फिर ऑप्शन गिरने वाला है, इसके लिए नहीं चल रहा है. ओके, सो यू हैव टू रिकॉग्नाइज दिस थिंग्स. ओके, डोंट बी इमोशनल कि स्टॉक बढ़ा है ना 10 रुपया, ऑप्शन भी बढ़ेगा ही. नॉट नेसेसरी, not necessary. So you have to simply take a decision, either quit immediately, and again if it increase and stock is also going up, you can again buy, no problem. See, what is a harm in buying a position again on the same day in a particular same script? I always say कि we are professional traders यार. एक बार लॉस हो गया तो क्या हो गया, फिर से एंट्री कर सकते हैं. एक बार स्टॉप लॉस हिट हो गया, no problem, we can again re-enter because we know the level when to enter. So, but what happens, 99% of the people, once their stop loss get hit, they only become spectators. And then they say, अरे क्या यार, मेरा stop loss खाके फिर ऊपर चला गया. अरे सोया था क्या? I always say, अरे सोया था क्या, ऊपर चला गया मतलब तेरे सामने ही ऊपर गया ना, तो फिर लिया क्यों नहीं? तो people say, अरे नहीं सर, डर, greed, fear. सर वो पहले stop loss hit हो गया तो अभी डर लग गया, फिर से hit हो गया तो हाँ, that is a problem in one's mind. If you start fearing कि stop loss hit हो गया, अब कैसे करूं, then you are not fit for market, boss. Practice ही अच्छा है अपना. Okay, at least there is no fear. Maybe there is a greed, but there is no fear. But ultimately follow the levels. Okay, follow the entry and exit properly, then definitely you will get success in options also. Unlimited profits if your trade is on the right side. As I said, if you are taken a trade properly, if you are expecting markets to move up, you have bought the calls or you have shorted the puts, great, you will make a huge amount of money. So definitely profits are also unlimited for option buyers, and unlimited losses also for option writers. Both the criteria is there, both the cases are there. Many people buy options as a limited investment and limited risk, into bracket what they think. Okay, what they think क्यों लिखा है? Because they think the limited risk, but no, sometimes that limited risk also become a bigger risk. हाँ सर, वो 10,000 का ऑप्शन प्रीमियम था तो मैंने 10 लॉट ले लिए, अल्टीमेटली इट्स 1 लाख रुपीज. हाँ, 10,000 का था, 1 लॉट लिया, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. 10,000 का रिस्क लिया, नो प्रॉब्लम, 10,000 रिस्क एनीबॉडी कैन टेक इन ऑप्शंस. बट 10,000 का था, इसके लिए रिस्क लिया और 10 लॉट लिया, दैट इज अ बिगर रिस्क यू आर टेकिंग. So ultimately you say कि sir losses are limited, but now it is not limited, it is 1 lakh rupees because you have taken a 10 lots. So always, my dear friends, always don't think losses will be limited. Losses are losses. Okay, losses are losses. So make it very clear in your mind. So as far as possible, try to minimize the chances of losses, probability of losses. So ultimately you will become successful. Many people sell option and most of the time they end up making money. As I said, ki call writer, put writer, they always end up making money because premium collected by selling, but it requires huge margin. As I said, if they are right, उनको मालूम है इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस के दिन, एक्सपायरी के दिन, always people write बैंक निफ्टी ऑप्शंस. Why? Because they know ultimately अगर उनका एक्सपायरी का कैलकुलेशन प्रॉपर है, definitely that call put becomes zero. So they will make up. They can make good amount of money by writing the options also on the expiry day also. But again, you have to see the open interest, PCR and all these things. Then you can go for writing. Otherwise, writing option may lead to unlimited losses. आपने कभी कभी देखा होगा बैंक निफ्टी का 5 रुपए का पुट 50 रुपया हो जाता है, 10 रुपए का चीज 1000 रुपया भी हो जाता है बैंक निफ्टी में, या 500 रुपया भी हो जाता है. सो अल्टीमेटली जिसने 10 रुपए में बेचा है वो बिक गया उस दिन. ओके, सो अनलिमिटेड लॉसेस. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल. अगेन, ट्रेडर तो अच्छा है लेकिन क्या करे, स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाता. सो इफ यू कीप अ स्टॉप लॉस एंड इफ यू राइट द ऑप्शन, स्टिल इट्स अ वर्थ टेकिंग अ ट्रेड. So this is opportunity for options. Now this is a picture of people who lost the money in F&O trades. So ultimately you can visualize yourself sometimes. If you lose money, you will be sitting like this, but don't worry. Some points to remember. I'll just quickly wrap up the things. Just a few, we can say, techniques. F&O is good or best if you have detailed knowledge and you are trading professionally. PCR is the key. As I already explained, if you know the PCR, definitely you can make the money in F&O also. Only discipline will help you to earn money in F&O, nothing else. Okay, koi baba nahi, koi chamatkar nahi, nothing else. Okay, only discipline will help you to earn money in F&O. Strict stop loss is the key for success. As I said, discipline means ultimately you need to keep stop losses. Second discipline is you need to exit in time also. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि दिलिये मांगे मोर. सर 10,000 प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है, क्या करूं? अभी मैं क्या बोलूं क्या करूं? चाहिए तो बेच दे, नहीं तो आपका मर्जी. See, I never advise people where to book profit or where to book losses. I personally feel that should be their own decision. How can an advisor take decision on behalf of the people that यहाँ पे बुक करो वहां पे बुक करो? भाई आपको जितना भूख है आप खाओ, और आपको अगर भूख नहीं है तो मत खाओ. That is your choice. So I never advise any people when to exit and when to buy, because that is ultimately your own destiny. Okay, because अगर ऊपर जाएगा क्या सर जल्दी निकलवा दिया और नीचे जाएगा अरे सर बोल देते ना निकल जाता. So people are talking in both ways normally. That is our own experience. So strict stop losses and strict profit targets also. Once your profit is achieved, I see many times few people have their own targets. दिन में 5,000 कमाना है, अगर वो 1 घंटे में मिल जाता है, just quit, दुकान बंद कर दो, close your shops and focus on practice, because 5,000 तो मिल गया. But few people think अरे 1 घंटे में 5,000 मिला है, अगर 6 घंटा बैठूंगा 30,000 मिल जाएगा. So sometimes this kind of a logic, again wrong logics used by few people. So don't use that sort of logic. And suppose if you lose 5,000, okay fine, today is not my day. Don't say कि 5,000 गया मतलब क्या, मैं फिर से ट्रेड करूंगा. I will try to bring that 5,000 back. भाई इसमें और 10,000 चला जाएगा. Okay, don't be emotional. 5,000 गया, my target was 5,000 to make money. I lost 5,000. I should quit for the day and I should wait for next day. Okay, वो ये नहीं है, मराठी पिक्चर नहीं है सचिन खेडेकर का आजचा दिवस माझा. ओके, मैं कुछ भी करूंगा हो जाएगा. वो पिक्चर में होता है, यहाँ पे नहीं होता भाई. दिस इज मार्केट, मेक इट क्लियर. So if you are having a holding capacity, then only trade in F&O. Otherwise, never jump with limited capital, because backup may needed in case of sharp market fall. So अगर आप में F&O करना है, you should have good amount of money in your ledger. Ledger में अच्छा पैसा होना चाहिए, backup होना चाहिए, because ultimately if any sharp fall, और अगर आपने as usual stop loss नहीं लगाया है, as usual मैंने इसके लिए बोला because normally लोग नहीं लगाते. Okay, so अगर नहीं लगाया है तो then you need a backup. Okay, तो फिर किसी दोस्त को फोन करना पड़ेगा, अरे जरा 2 लाख है क्या यार, थोड़ा ब्रोकर के पास मार्जिन भरना है, बीवी को पता नहीं है. ओके, सो अल्टीमेटली जो भर रहा है. सो दैट्स काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन में ऑकर. सो बी केयरफुल. ओके, ऑलवेज क्विक योर स्टॉप लॉसेस. एंड इफ यू आर ऑन द स्क्रीन नाउ, दिस इज अ वेरी what we can say important point to be remember. Final last point I can say, if you are on the screen, then and then only enter into F&O trades, otherwise totally avoid. अगर आप स्क्रीन के सामने बैठते हो तो ही F&O करो. आप बैठे हो ऑफिस में, आप बैठे हो इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसर के सामने या फिर इनकम टैक्स ऑफिस में, और फिर बाहर आके फोन करोगे ब्रोकर को, अरे भाई क्या चल रहा है, क्या हो गया, यू विल डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू लूज द मनी. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू विजुअलाइज द मार्केट, डोंट ट्रेड एट ऑल. ओके, यू हैव टू सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ स्क्रीन. देखो भाई, पैसा कमाना है, यू हैव टू टेक एफर्ट्स, माइंड इट वेरी वेल. बगैर एफर्ट्स के किसी को पैसा नहीं मिलता, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को भी नहीं. Everybody knows how what we can say efforts we take for our clients. So you have to take some efforts. You have to sit in front of screen, because then only ultimately you will come to know how the movements are taking place. By sitting in an income tax office, how you will come to know market is falling sharply or market is going up sharply? You will never come to know. और बाद में ब्रोकर फोन करेगा, आपके इधर रेंज का प्रॉब्लम है, लगेगा नहीं, आप बोलोगे अरे फोन क्यों नहीं किया, बोलेगा साहब 100 बार फोन किया, आप फोन उठाया नहीं, आपने फोन लगाया नहीं, आपका रेंज नहीं था, आउट ऑफ रेंज था. सी देन दिस काइंड ऑफ डिस्क्रिपेंसीज विल कम. सो बेटर, माय पर्सनल व्यू इज, डोंट ट्रेड इन F&O इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ स्क्रीन. अगर आपके पास 1 घंटा टाइम है, बैठना है, पैसा कमाना है, पैसा गवाना है, जो भी है, वॉट एवर इट मे बी, सामने बैठो स्क्रीन के और करो. ओके, अदरवाइज डोंट डू इन F&O. You can trade in equity, you can buy some shares whenever you are not in screen also. Ultimately offline you can trade, but if you are F&O trader, you have to be online. Okay, so I think my presentation is over, just last 2-3 slides. So if you able to manage all these things, then you can build this house. Okay, the house is known as a share market chi Krupa. Okay, so this house is at Badlapur and Dombivli highway. I have taken a picture. Actually, that picture is also, everybody must have got in WhatsApp, but I have also taken a picture of this particular, because I have seen this real what we can say property on Badlapur and Dombivli highway, Katai highway, Badlapur Garjat. So if you want, because मैंने बहुत लोग को देखा है मार्केट में घर बेचते हुए. Okay, because जैसे ब्रोकर बोलता है ना, घर बेच के ले. See, this is a very common phrase. Broker always tell you, घर बेच के ले लो साहब इसको. सच में घर बेचने की नौबत आ ही जाती है उसमें. So always be careful with such broker advice also. घर बेच के लिए वगैरह कभी भी नहीं. Always stick to your own investments parameters. Don't invest much in markets. Okay, because there is no guarantee in markets, though few people may give you guarantee, but still I have seen markets with very closely for last 16 years. There is no guarantee in markets what will happen tomorrow. Okay, so if you do it disciplined way, this is a house you can build. And ultimately, thank you very much. Thanks for patient listening, and thanks again for giving me time. Okay.
Thank you, Nikhilesh sir. Many times you repeated that it is my 16 years experience, and after listening to you, I think what you are saying is really correct, that experience always matters. Dear sir, I really tell you, for the first time I heard about this PCR ratio. That is the put call ratio. We never studied this, and we never get guidance on this PCR ratio. Thanks for this value addition. The most, what I think, that the first one you put, that is the always keep the stop loss, and we always hesitate to put the stop loss, and this always happens कि अरे stop loss hit करके जाता है और फिर stock बढ़ता है, वो भी बुरा लगता है that why we are keeping the stop loss. But the smart investor वही है, that is who is putting the stop loss. This is the really great value addition, and it is also very necessary that we should book the profit. What the profit target we have, and if it is get achieved, we should book the profit. It always happens that we always becomes greedy. If 10,000 हो गया 20 चाहिए, 20 हो गया 30 चाहिए, और 30 का पता नहीं सर कब -50,000 हो जाता है. So it is very necessary to book the profit at the right time, and it is better that you should not before market lose you don't lose the market. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. So I think it is really value addition session for all the participants. So really thank you so much for this session. It was really value addition. So many new things we learned, and one most important thing I learned today is that now we are in the 3rd week of December, so everyone should avoid trade in future and option, because the 3rd week is going on, so premium is likely to be down everywhere. One more thing that I like, that we should not trade in more lots. If you want to buy lot, have only one lot, see the result, either profit or loss. Instead of taking the 10 lot, then the loss will be 10 times. That is also the important point. Yeah, and never believe on any tip. Be तूच आहे तुझ्या इन्व्हेस्टमेंटचा शिल्पकार. That what you said is very correct, sir. Thank you so much on behalf of all the 3 branches. I am very thankful to you for your wonderful session. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Any questions? If I have time, any general query, I will love to answer.
Praveen Kataria sir is there. Sir, have any query?
Thanks, Soman sir, for
sir. Before Praveen sir I'll just tell you, sir. Praveen Kataria sir is a CA final rank holder, and he's also Ahmednagar's big bull, Jointer Capital Services Limited. He's one of the director in that listed company.
Great,
sir,
great.
please.
Nice to see him.
He's a full-time stockbroker, sir.
Valuable guidance. I have one query. That's a technical query.
Okay.
As far as dividend adjustments in F&O, how dividend is adjusted as per in the price. If I bought a share, means NMDC or say Vedanta, and it becomes X dividend, how the adjustment is made as far as the dividend is concerned?
See, sir, let me tell you frankly, if you find any dividend news, you will find the F&O like future lot, or maybe the but like it happens only in future. So basically, automatically that dividend is get absorbed in the what we can say future price. You will always find there will be a discount, maybe in the future lot price. To the tune of that particular dividend much earlier, like say I can say 5-10 days or maybe 12-15 days also, and that discount will continue till it becomes X dividend. So normally it get adjusted earlier only. It is not like on the date of dividend it get adjusted. On the date of dividend we get equity adjustments. like whatever the dividend, it get reduced from the earlier closing, and ex dividend stock get opens. But in F&O, actually it gets automatically adjusted prior to the actual payment of dividend. That I have seen for last many years.
There is one more query, that how to interpret PCR.
See,
That is the
how
same
to
query.
interpret, I can only tell you is just a guideline again. I can give a simple, that whenever you will find a PCR is above 1.5, okay, these two figures are very important. 1.5 के ऊपर अगर PCR चल रहा है of any strike price, you can safely assume कि what we can say, that is a good support. Okay, anything above 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a good support, and anything below 0.5 is a resistance. Say, I will just quickly give you example just for making understand people. Say, for example, अगर कल आप देखोगे कि there is a 17,400 PCR is 0.5 or maybe 0.4, and 17,200 is 2.5. Okay, 17,300 is 1.5. For example, I'm taking. It is not like कि कल ऐसा होगा. I'm just giving you example how to read. So below 0.5 है 17,400 means Nifty may not cross 17,400 immediately in a hurry. And what is the support then? Agar Nifty, see today also, now you can just check the PCR if you find of today also. I think there was a good support at 17,200 because that PCR was about 2.5 for a whole day. So Nifty didn't broken today 17,200. I am talking about the futures. I am not talking about the spot equity, what we can say Nifty. I am talking about the futures. So if it is about 2.5 means ultimately that is a support. It may not get broken immediately. It may not get broken easily. Tomorrow may PCR, see PCR changes every 3 minutes, every 5 minutes, every hour. So this picture may change, but ultimately whenever you calculate PCR, I usually myself always calculate PCR every hour. And then I find where is the support, whether that figures are improving. If the figures are improving, then rest assured market नीचे नहीं जाएगा. And if the figures are deteriorating, means पहले 1 घंटे का PCR मेरा 2.5 था, next मेरा 2.2 हो रहा है, अगले 1 घंटे के बाद अगर वो 1.75 हो गया, means अगर they are deteriorating, means market is not in a mood to go up. It will go down. Okay, so इसका practice करो आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, and you start using this. So 0.5 is a resistance and 1.5 is a support. So during this only Nifty will perform. Okay, or the same apply to your bank Nifty also.
Okay. Perfect. Is any query, sir? एक मिनट, chat box में कुछ है? I'll just check.
Whether chartered accountants are allowed to trade? You
now it is
better
allowed.
consult institute.
No, now it is allowed.
अच्छा, allowed है. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir, derivatives allow कर दिया गया है.
अच्छा, okay. Recent amendments, as I said, I don't know because since I don't have any COP, though I am a member, so पता नहीं मुझे. मैंने तो membership छोड़ने के बाद ही चालू किया F&O trading. Sorry, COP छोड़ने के बाद ही चालू किया F&O trading.
Okay.
But actually earlier at those time actually F&O was not allowed. So I surrendered my COP because I wanted to trade in F&O.
Sir, as you rightly said, don't have the emotions. So you not kept any emotions for your COP also. You surrender that first.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, sir. Kyur bhai, anything you want to add?
No, nothing. बहुत अच्छी चीज एक समझने को मिली है. सर ने कहा कि you don't have a long interaction with any type of futures and the trades part what you did. You said 2 महीने के ऊपर मैं किसी को संभालता नहीं. तो वो एक चीज अच्छी थी. ध्यान देना है.
बहुत सारी गर्लफ्रेंड्स बना के रखी है
कि अपनी अपनी रिस्क कैपेसिटी हर एक ने डिफाइन करना और उस हिसाब से ट्रेड करना. बस ओवर रिस्क ओवर बर्डन कुछ काम मत करो जो कि नुकसानदेह हो सकता है फिर बाद में.
सही है. So thank you once again, sir.
Actually, I was following this in my practice also. When I was practicing, my what we can say square of the border was quite ready कि मुझे कितने clients लेने हैं. उसके बाद में कभी client को भी मना कर देता था. Like when I used to have a practice कि भाई मैं इतना कर नहीं पाऊंगा काम, तो just like मेरे बस की बात नहीं है. तो वही अगर प्रॉफिट और लॉस आपको मार्केट में कमाना है तो जो आपके बस की बात नहीं है उसे मत करो. ओके, जितना आप कर सकते हो उतना ही करो. That will give a peace of mind also. नींद आएगी रात को अच्छी.
That is a good thought. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And before I leave, again, I request to all the members from Ahmednagar that tomorrow we have a live session on what is a blockchain and again cryptocurrency, whether risk or opportunity. So I request all the Ahmednagar, please be at ICAI Bhavan at 5:30. We'll have a live session. And I think this is only our second live session in this whole year. One we had on the 17th on Power Excel, and now we are on cryptocurrency. So I request all the members, please join at ICAI Bhavan. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.